What's up, Blanche Devereaux? I'm your guide Q, and it's Am I the Antagonist? Let's find out who's in the wrong. Okay, I didn't need to fully prepare you. This is one of the dumbest stories of all time. Am I the antagonist for going to get ice cream instead of going home after my flight landed? I hadn't seen my husband in a month as I was staying with my sister. He promised he would pick me up from the airport and we would spend time together, but he sent his brother instead. I was upset even though my brother-in-law told me something came up, which is why he was there instead. I asked him if we could go and get ice cream before we went home. He didn't seem to want to, but I suggested I take an Uber if he had plans, so he agreed and we went and got ice cream. The entire time we were there, he was on his phone and it felt like he was trying to rush me. When I finally got home, my husband was there and annoyed. He wanted to know why I hadn't come home immediately, and he said he cleared his schedule for the evening so we could spend time together like I had asked. I told him I assumed he was busy since he didn't come to the airport, but he's still upset with me and with his brother for taking me to get ice cream. Am I the antagonist? So I'm just wondering if these people live in like 1954. Like, why didn't you text your husband to be like, hey, I was thinking about getting ice cream, are you gonna be around? Why didn't the husband text you to be like, hey, I'm gonna be ready at home, I just had to do this one thing? Why did you force the stepbrother, your brother-in-law, whatever, who this guy is, to get ice cream with you? Like, he's already doing you a massive solid by picking you up from the airport. Like, that's a huge favor, and you're just like, let's extend this with a little ice cream date. Like, what is going on? Okay, AITA for lying to my wife because I didn't want her to attend my company Christmas party. I feel like shit right now, but here we go. I work for a pretty pretentious company where everyone tries to kiss the boss's ass. We have a huge holiday party every year. It's always a fancy venue, cocktail attire, and great food. When I first started working there, it was something I was excited to take my wife to, but now it's something I dread. My wife gets herself so stressed over it that she's miserable for weeks leading up to it. She antagonizes over what to wear, always goes over budget, and spends the whole day on hair and makeup. Then when we get there, she honestly embarrasses me, and again, I feel like shit. Every year she tries so hard to befriend my boss's wife, who clearly wants nothing to do with her, and literally looks at her husband like, save me. I always feel like my boss is laughing at me. Then she spends the next couple days making fun of my boss's wife and calling her a bitch, which I'm terrified is going to get back to them because you know how gossip works. Okay, I'm pretty sure that, like, if you and your wife are having private conversations, the gossip is not going to get back to your boss's wife, but I don't fucking know. It's all very hard for me to watch. I've just tried to talk to her about her behavior, but she gets defensive and nothing changes. This year I just couldn't take it. I told her there wasn't going to be a party, just a lunch during the workday for employees only. My plan was to go alone and make an excuse for her. I hate lying, but I felt I'd given her multiple chances to change her behavior, so what am I going to do? At this point, she is hurting my career and hurting herself mentally. Unfortunately, she found out and is obviously furious. She feels like I took away a huge night from her and is very hurt that I am embarrassed by her behavior. So, wife defenders, please make yourselves known in the comments because I really do not know how to defend this woman. Like, I know we're only getting information about, like, a thing that she does one night a year, but it's so egregious. If you've never been to a company Christmas party, I feel like the big thing about them is that they are a natural pitfall where people go in with the mentality of like, oh, Christmas party, I'm gonna have fun and let loose, and all of a sudden on Monday they're fucking fired from their job because they got way too drunk. Like, the purpose of a company Christmas party is not to have fun, it's to keep your job and maybe get in some positive networking. So knowing that you're walking into this event that is a minefield for potentially affecting your livelihood and having your partner next to you just laying landmines on the ground in front of you everywhere you're about to step, like, it's just awful. And the idea that you could not sit down with this other adult and be like, hey, this is my job, like, I know the company and my boss better than you do, like, can we just go according to my plan because it makes things the easiest for me and so I don't have to stress out about what happened. Like, the fact that somebody wouldn't like understand that and change, like, I'm about to tell this dude to divorce this chick. This is bad, man. We got another holiday party one. Am I the antagonist for suggesting to my girlfriend that we skip her work's holiday party to go to mine? Both of our jobs are doing holiday parties where SOs are encouraged to come. Originally we were going to go to both, but mine was recently moved to the same day as hers. Our jobs are pretty far from each other, so we can't go to both, and I asked her if she would be fine skipping hers to go to mine. She said absolutely not, because her party was always planned to be that day, and she told everyone she was coming and bringing snacks. Normally I'd be totally fine skipping because I don't really care for my coworkers, but currently I'm competing for a promotion and I need to get some time talking to my manager and directors, as well as other higher-ups who will be there. I work in a very competitive environment where social gatherings like this can really make or break a career, so I feel like we have to go to this. She is working part-time while in school, so it will not be detrimental to miss the party, just a bummer. I brought this up and she called me an asshole for thinking her job is unimportant. I also suggested that we each go to our own. I don't love this idea because everyone at my job will be bringing their SO, and she said she would not be comfortable going to her party on her own. I'm seriously stressed because I cannot miss this gathering because being a team player is a huge factor for my promotion, and not going to this thing will hurt me, as dumb as it is. So I definitely do not think that this dude is straight up the antagonist, even though that's what Reddit said about them. The Salface is covering that. I don't know why I censored the asshole judgment and not the am I the asshole in the title. Just don't question what I do. I'm just stupid. This is just an unfortunate reality of life. I personally feel like the ultimate thing is to just go to your own respective parties. Like, very clearly the dude needs to go to his. I do think that personally takes precedent because he's going for a promotion. Sadly, you do have to like suck up to people and try to play the frickin' friend game in order to get ahead sometimes, and it sounds like it's really, really important for him to be there. The girlfriend does also have a responsibility to bring snacks, and she told everybody she was coming, so I feel like she has every right to like think that her thing is important as well. It feels like I'm demeaning it, but it's like there is a difference between like a job that you work part-time while you're in college and like a job that is currently your career and you're trying to like move up in, you know? Having said that, she does have every right to want to take her party seriously as well and keep her image up at work, so I think they should just both go to their own, as sucky as that may be. Am I the antagonist for learning a song on guitar for my roommate's new girlfriend? So I live with a very good friend in an apartment. We've known each other since middle school and overall has been a great time. Recently, my roommate started dating a new girl and has been having her over a lot. She isn't exactly my cup of tea, but she is nice enough. One night we were talking as a group, and she brought up that she wanted to go to a concert. Of course I asked what concert, and she named a pretty popular band that had a well-known song with a cool guitar part. She said that the concert was really expensive and far away, so she probably wouldn't go. I jokingly said that I would give her a concert since she couldn't go. The conversation turned away from the song after that. From what I could tell, my roommate didn't seem to be upset by what I said. The next time I was playing guitar, I remembered the conversation and decided I was going to learn the song. It had been a while since I tried and I wanted to see if I could. I added it to the songs I practice while I play, and after about a week I could play it pretty well. That night I said I had a surprise and I brought out my guitar and played the song for her. I only played the popular part of it, so it was about a minute of playing. She said she was impressed and didn't need to go to the concert because she had me. She asked if I could learn some other songs and I said I would try. After I put the guitar away, my roommate was obviously upset. The next morning, he texted me saying that he doesn't want me playing guitar in front of his girlfriend ever again, saying I made him look bad because he couldn't play guitar, and the only reason I did that was to steal her from him. I was pretty shocked and responded that I was in no way trying to do that, and I learned it because of the conversation we had about the band. Quite frankly, I would never ever date his girlfriend for a lot of reasons, and he knows this. Now he's still pretty angry at me. Am I the antagonist? This is a pretty spicy situation. I want to know what you would do if you were in OP's position and what you would do if you were in the roommate's position. Because right off the bat, I'm just going to say I believe OP when he says he didn't want to flirt with the girlfriend, didn't want to date this girlfriend at all. Like, it seems to make sense. The whole story reads like he was oblivious to any sort of negative impact this whole guitar thing could have. And then as far as the roommate's concerned, I feel like either he's very insecure on his own or his girlfriend girlfriend has given him a reason to be insecure. Like, I may have related to this back in my more insecure days because, of course, all of my friends are just beautiful, beautiful men, and so there were reasons to be insecure sometimes, and if one of them came through and knew how to play guitar and I didn't, and my girlfriend was like, oh, I don't need to go to the concert because I've got you, like, yeah, I might be upset. But the key is to, like, either work on your insecurities or don't date someone who you feel like your friends can steal away, because then, you know, she doesn't belong to you. She belongs to the streets, bro. Alright, here we go. Am I the antagonist? Told my mom maybe I'd have a boyfriend if she lose money in an accident. I think there was supposed to be if she didn't lose money in an accident. 4 years ago, my mom and brother got into a car accident. My brother was 15 at the time and learning to drive. He crashed into a sports car out of panic because my mom was screaming at him for messing up on parking. Insurance wouldn't pay and my parents had to pay out the sports car owner. This really financially hurt us. Some of the money had to come out of my own college fund as my parents' names were also on it. As a result, I missed out on an internship and an opportunity to study abroad because I couldn't afford it. Thanks, Mom. Recently I was on leave for Thanksgiving. I'm 23 and single. Most girls in my town and my age are already married or have great jobs or are in med school or law school. I'm enlisted in the Navy, not out of patriotism but because the benefits are good. My mom was complaining about how I'm still not married or in grad school. If you didn't bankrupt us after that accident you caused, maybe I'd find a husband at original college. Maybe then I wouldn't need to enlist. My dad and most of the family are pissed for making her cry and ruining Thanksgiving. I may have gone overboard, but I think I was in the right. We're stuck in this quagmire, giggity, because of an accident she caused. Edit. Just to clarify, I was contributing to my college fund with money from relatives and from a part-time job that I had in high school. I know I'm not entitled to travel abroad or to go to a fancy school. 2 of my friends who are married now met their husbands through a study abroad exchange and now live overseas. My mom did pressure me to date while attending the shitty state school. I didn't because the guys are a bunch of losers who would go back to their podunk towns after graduation. And frankly, I don't want kids just to spite her. She is desperate to be a grandma. And to the YTAs, as we say here down in Baton Rouge, bless y'all's hearts. That's pretty much the southern way of saying fuck you. Ugh, I gotta admit, guys, I am not gonna be a good judge of this story because I'm just so biased against the author because they're so fucking annoying and unlikable. Like, also, I went to a state school. I hate when people shit on state schools. I think they're a very pragmatic option for getting the best bang for your buck. A lot of times people spend tons of money on a private school and it's not even worth it. But anyway, that's beside the point. I kind of agree with the Reddit prescription of everyone sucks here because I do think if you had money in the college fund, it is shitty that your parents took that money. Your mom sounds kind of cringe. I do think that this whole bankruptcy was probably a bigger deal for your parents than it was for you, even though it affected all of your college stuff. Like, I don't know, kind of a weird thing to bring up on Thanksgiving, but your mom was also bringing up the thing. I just hate you. I hate your family. Hate is a strong word. Maybe I just strongly dislike everybody involved in this story, except for maybe the brother. Like, I know he hit the sports car, but learning to drive is pretty stressful. I've got a video on some insane Twitter confessions on the top, a really bad sociopath creepypasta on the bottom, channel members on the left as always. I hope everybody's doing super well, skating on the best of your abilities, drinking a lot of water, and I'll see you super soon. Peace out, Cub Scout.